Hey guys, Lord here, back with another Monster Hunter Rise video. In today's video, I wanted to cover something a little broader than what I usually do, and I wanted to talk about the top skill or skills for each weapon aside from like critical skills or just straight up attack boost. Hopefully this video helps you all learn something new and gives you something to add on to your sets. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. So first up is going to be Longsword, and the skill that I of course recommend for this is going to be Quick Sheath 3. The eye counter is the best way to keep your longsword in red gauge, and Quick Sheath 3 allows for almost instantaneous reaction times to ensure that you're maintaining maximum damage throughout a hunt. Basically, if you don't have this on your longsword set, you're just wasting your own time. Up next is going to be Dual Blades, and I have two different skills that I recommend here. First would be Elemental Attack up level 5, as Dual Blades are always good for elemental matchups, so make sure that you have level 5 of the element you are using in order to make sure that you are dealing the most damage possible. However, if you're going to go for raw Dual Blades, then I would recommend Marathon Runner level 3, as it lets moves that continually drain stamina only drain at 50% normal speed. This allows your demon mode to have double its total uptime. Now for Sword and Shield, I will admit I haven't played much SNS, so I would just say that general attack skills are really good, and I know that's not what you're here for, so I will be linking a buddy of mine, Dr. Phil's video down below that has some sets and skills that you can look for in your Sword and Shield sets, so please feel free to go check him out. Up next, we're going to cover Hammer. I would recommend either Wirebug Whisper level 3 or Slugger level 3. And since Hammer is very reliant on its switch skill Impact Crater to deal maximum damage, the Silkbind takes up 2 Wirebugs, so being able to recharge it about 15 to 20% faster with Wirebug Whisper is a great way to keep your damage up throughout the course of a hunt. And of course, Slugger is always great as it allows you to get KOs earlier in the hunt and maybe 1 or 2 extra. For Greatsword, I recommend Focus 3, as it allows you to charge up all your chargeable attacks, including your True Charge / even faster. This means you don't need as big of an opening to get off your hardest hitting attacks, and really speeds up the play of Greatsword, which it needs greatly. For Charge Blade, I recommend Artillery 3, as it's a 30% damage boost to impact file damage. There's really no other skill that will help boost Charge Blade's damage, so you're definitely going to want to slot this in. Switch Axe, I would go with either Rapid Morph 3 or Power Prolonger 3. Rapid Morph is great for quickly switching between axe and sword mode, which you'll need to be able to do in order to optimally place Switch Axe anyway. And of course, a good shout is Power Prolonger 3, as it doubles your sword's amp state uptime. For Insect Glaive, I would once again recommend Power Prolonger 3. It really does work wonders for this weapon, as it takes the time that your Kinsect buffs last from 90 seconds all the way up to 126 seconds, which is a 40% total increase in uptime. For Hunting Horn, of course we're going to go with Horn Maestro, as it speeds up the time between the input of your songs and when you and your teammates receive the buff. It's the only Hunting Horn specific skill, and all it costs is a single level 1 decoration. You basically have room for it in your builds almost by accident, as level 1 decorations are a dime a dozen. For Lance, I would go with Guard and Guard Up. Lance's main ability and damage comes from its strong counterattacks, but you have to be able to block the attacks in order to counter them. Throwing in high levels of Guard and some Guard Up will allow you to counter basically every attack in the game with minimal to no chip damage, allowing you more damage uptime. For Gunlance, I would recommend Artillery 3 as well. Most of Gunlance's damage comes from poke shelling, so upping the shelling damage here is going to be very important. A 30% damage increase that basically comes free with the Basil Goose armor. No reason not to use it here. For both the bow guns, I lump them together here. It really depends on your ammo type. Now for sticky ammo, of course, recommend Artillery 3, as it's a bonus 30% damage. For your spreads, your Pierce and your Normal, use the respective ammo up, Spread Up, Pierce Up, Normal Up. Those are going to be great and huge damage increases. And of course, if you're going to go for Elemental ammo, then use Elemental Attack up 5. And finally for bow, I highly recommend using both Constitution and Stamina Surge. Stamina management is the most important skill when it comes to optimal damage rotations with the bow. Whether you're using a raw bow or an elemental bow, having both Constitution and Stamina Surge are going to massively help you here. I would highly recommend using the Raknakadachi leggings to help fill in both these skills nicely, and then gem in whatever you have left. And of course, if you're going to go for elemental bow, be sure to also slot in 5 levels of your specific element attack up. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy, learn something new, or you found the video helpful, please feel free to drop a like down below, as it's a totally free way to support me and the content that I create. Also, if you're new here or haven't already, I'd ask that you consider subscribing to the channel. I cover lots of different content related to Monster Hunter, and if you don't like it, you're always able to unsubscribe in the future. With that being said, guys, thank you very much for watching, and happy hunting.